Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the DateAdd function to add or subtract whole calendar months to a date in Microsoft Access. Today's question comes from Coen from Glendale, Arizona, a silver member. Coen asks, how do I determine what date is exactly 6 months in the future from a specific date? I can't just add 180 days. It's for a warranty program, so it needs to be exactly 6 calendar months. Furthermore, if the warranty happens to expire on the weekend, we give them until the following Monday to come in for service. How can I handle that? Well, Coen, we can use a function called DateAdd in Microsoft Access to add any particular interval, such as days, weeks, months, hours, minutes, and so on, to any particular date. So let's take a look and see how that works. I'm going to begin with a blank database. Now you can get a copy of this database on my website. Look for the blank template down below. And as you can see, it's real simple. It's got a basic customer form in here. Let's say they've got a customer sense field in here. All right, if I open up the table, you can see customer sense, and right here, basically I use it to determine how long they've been a customer. Now we can use the DateAdd function to add or remove entire months, weeks, quarters, or even time intervals like hours, minutes, and seconds from any day. All right, let's go over to the query and see how this works. Let's create query design. All right, let's bring over our customer T. Now here's customer sense. Let's bring that down here. Now I don't want to have to keep referring to this as customer sense, so I'm just going to put a D in front of it like this, D colon, like that. See that? That's called an alias. Now I can just refer to this value as D in the rest of my formulas and functions. Now if you want to add days to a particular date, that's simple math because Access treats days as a value of 1 when it comes to date time fields. So if I say X is D plus 1, that should give me 1 day after that customer sense date. Right? 1/1/2013, there's 1/2/2013. And you can go backwards too. I can subtract 1, and that'll give me the day before. Okay? Now months, you can't just do whole days. Okay? You have to use a special function called DateAdd. So this is going to be DateAdd, and then in parentheses, first it wants the interval. Now the interval can be years, quarters, months, days, and so on, lots of different ones. So month is just inside of quotes, put an M, comma. Then how many of that interval do you want? Well, I want 1 month in the future. That's a 1, comma. And then what is the date that you want to add on to? Now, you could put a bunch of different things in here. You could put in a field like we have D, all right? Or we could put in an actual date inside of hashtags, right, or octothorpes, or whatever you want to call those. So I could put 1/1/2020 like that if I wanted to. Or you can use a function like today's date if you want date as a function. All of those are valid. But I want D, which is that field we have. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Let's go ahead and run the query. And there you go. Now if I put a value in here like 9:30, all right, I get 10:30. If I put in here 10:31, right, I'm getting 11:30. Okay, because November doesn't have a 31st date. All right, if you put something like 2/29/2000 in there, all right, you'll get 3/29/2000. So there are the valid intervals for DateAdd. Right, 4 Ys is years. Okay, not just a single Y. That's used for something else with a different function. Q if you want to add whole quarters. M for months. D for days. Although you really don't have to use DateAdd for days because you could just use basic math. There's weeks for whole weeks. Again, weeks you could use plus or minus 7, but sometimes weeks makes it easier. Then you've got hours, minutes, and seconds. So you can also use it for time. So if you want to see, for example, let's say here we've got, this will be next month. Right? If you want to see 1 year from today, all right, next year, it'd be very similar. DateAdd, Y for year. Okay, 1. You could put in there 2 if you want 2 years from today. Let's do 2 years. And then D. All right, this should give us exactly 2 years in the future. 1/1/2015. Okay. See? And 2 years in the future isn't a leap year, so it knows that. Be careful if using DateAdd to calculate age, however. All right, there are some other stipulations that have to deal with age. I have a whole separate video on calculating age. I just made it. I'll put a link down below. If you want to calculate something like 20 minutes in the future, all right, 20 minutes we'll call it, that'll be DateAdd, and then N for minutes, because M is months. Don't forget that. Lots of people do that one. They send me emails like, this isn't working. Well, you used M instead of N, right? Minutes, comma, 20, come on, comma, D. Now, these should all be 20 minutes after midnight because we don't have any times on those, but let's say we got some times on some of these here. Let's say this is 9:30. Boom, there's 9:50. See that? Let's put in here 8:15 p.m. Boom. All right, see that? That's 20 minutes after that date. Now, Coen wants to see a list of values that are within 6 calendar months of a particular day. So instead of putting that in a field up here, we're going to use it as a criteria. So we'll get rid of that. All right, actually, we could do it as both. We could put it over here. All right, so we could say warranty expires, DateAdd. We're adding months, comma, how many? 6, comma, and then the date, D, like that. And this will tell you when their warranty expires on. Let's get rid of these times to make things easier here. All right, so that's the date that the person's warranty expires. So that is how you can generate a query to show you a date that is exactly 6 months in the future. Now, as far as the second part of your question, if the warranty happens to expire on the weekend, we give them until the following Monday to come in for service. How can you handle that? Well, that is going to involve a custom function, and we're adding a little bit of VBA, and I will cover that in the extended cut for the members. Here's what we're going to cover in the extended cut for the members. We're going to build that isWarrantyValid function using VBA, because if the warranty expires on a Saturday or Sunday, then Coen wants to move it up to a Monday. So we're going to use the weekday function to determine that. And I'm going to show you how to make a warranty expired message pop up real big there if that person's warranty is expired when you open up their record. So if your data entry person goes to open up the record and the warranty's already expired, you'll see it right there. We'll do that in an event on the forum. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, live video and chat sessions, and other perks. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. But don't worry, these tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to share it wherever you think it might help people who are interested in Access. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to be notified every time I post a new video. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted. So if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link below to join my mailing list. Click on the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 3 hours long, and you can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below you can click on. And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1, and that is free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page, and you can send me your question there. If you have a specific problem you need help with, or you'd like to discuss having a database built for your needs, I do offer one-on-one consulting. Be sure to follow my blog and find me on Facebook, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.